moving right. That's going to be Brown still going to possess it. Backhanded shot lifted up into the net.
Top to Lorenzo. Spike for Stoner. So, Coach, you had your first meet at the Bryant Invitational this past weekend. Obviously, your first meet coming back from everyone's summer, and this is a meet where you saw some of your best competition that you will see this whole year. How did you guys handle that, and what did you guys learn from it?
Yeah, well, like you said, it's the first meet of the season. They've only been back on campus a week. So this is the first. A lot of them haven't even started working out yet. They've just been putting in miles throughout the summer. So this is their first real hard effort. So it was good for them to get a test of their fitness, and it was good for me to see what fitness level they're at so we can prepare the rest of the season's schedule, training schedule. But I was pleased. Obviously, we have a ton of work to do, which I'm happy about, because if they were ready to roll now, they'd be gone by the time conference rolled around. So we're right where we should be. A lot of young faces, new people. So we're just going to build them along each week. But my top guys now are in good shape. So now it's just a matter of getting them race fit, and that will come with each meet.
Coach, you guys had a relatively busy weekend. You had Georgetown and University of Pacific come in. What did you like about what you guys did defensively against Georgetown?
Well, defensively, we had to fix a lot of things from our UC Davis game. We weren't outletting very well, and our press wasn't up to par where we needed it to be. So we made those adjustments for the Georgetown game, and I think that we were much more successful outletting and in our press.
And you guys jumped on top of the West Coast team, University Pacific, with the noon start, 4 goals pretty quickly. What did you like about your offense in that game?
Well, it took us a little bit to get going today. Our first half was a little bit slow, and then the second half we made some adjustments, mainly possessing the ball when we're outletting and really building through our midfield, getting the ball to our attack. So I think that's what led to our success today.
And Coach, you are coming off your first win. You had Westerhouse named Rookie of the Week by the NEC, and Jordan Brown picked up right where he left off. What did you like about what those two guys did?
Well, it's our first win of this season, and we like the fact that our whole team competed at a high level. That as the game went on, we didn't fatigue, we seemed to get more energized. Jordan Brown is arguably one of our very best players and has been, and we expect him to make big plays, and he did. Mike Westerhouse has played in his second game and had better composure, better poise, was more accurate with the football, and really we thought took a big step forward.
And Coach, you guys have been behind going into the second half of both games. What are you working on to try and start a little faster for Sacred Heart?
Well, we're trying to stop them and score. That would be a good thing to do. Obviously, no one's happy being behind. You have to look for positives in life, and we're happy that we've been coming back and competing hard, and we won both fourth quarters. But we have to find a way to start fast. Now, that'll be hard this week, very hard this week, because we have to travel. And it's very hard to drive the day of a game in a bus for 3 hours and get off a bus and go into a dingy little locker room and come out and be excited to play, to match the energy of the home team. But that's our task, and we have to do the best we can to find a way to get that done.
So, Coach, you guys are coming off the 1-1 tie against Ryder. How do you assess your team's play, and what do you look to improve on as you go forward?
The first thing that worked great was very good. It was pretty much the same way we played against URI and ended up losing that game. Kids played hard, pressed the ball. Defensively, we did really well, kept our shape. Midfield, we won pretty much every head ball in midfield, controlled the midfield, and then just unfortunately we couldn't put the ball away in the final third of the field.
Coach, you guys just got back from your road trip out in Maryland, Washington, D.C. How did everything go?
Overall, it was an okay trip. I mean, unfortunately, we dealt with some weather issues with Navy, which forced us to move our game to a different time, and then the field was wet. They had gotten 20 inches of rain in the last 12 days, and it was so wet that we couldn't warm up on it. By game time, it was still wet but playable, and we were a little bit inconsistent in that game. We went up early and then gave up a few goals that, looking at the film, we just didn't execute well enough. And so unfortunately we lost that first game at Navy, and we just talked as a team about putting it in the past as we headed into George Washington.
Here with Coach Gendron. Coach, you guys had your first tournament this past weekend. How do you assess your team's performance?
We're very pleased with the way our 5 starting freshmen played. Zach Morris, Ernesto Arguello, Juan Gonzalez, Richard Sapala, Robert Paul Weiss. I mean, for 5 freshmen to come in their first college match and be in control and have poise and play as well as they did was very impressive to me, and very shocking, to be honest with you. Our doubles combinations looked pretty sharp. Guys closed out points. Good communication. With a rain-shortened practice week, I was really surprised with how well they played, and it was a really pleasant treat. And to come out of that with the most points. We grabbed 14, while a very good BU team who we split with last year grabbed 8, and a very improved Hofstra team grabbed 8 as well.
We're here with head women's tennis coach Barbara Chili. Coach, you guys had your first tournament this past weekend. How do you assess where your team's at?
Well, I think coming into school with a hurricane on our heels, it was a little bit hard getting out on the courts and practicing and getting ready for the tournament. But in every first tournament, we've got nerves to deal with. We're playing with people we haven't really played with before. So I think the first tournament, just getting out there and kind of playing and letting them loose, play a lot of doubles. All the tournaments we play in this fall is really to just get them out on the court and just start playing tennis and show them what they have, and kind of, prove to me, prove to themselves what they can do out there. I think that it also, too, it helps us get ready for the matches that we have, the dual matches against URI this Wednesday, Providence next week. It'll let me know what we need to work on, maybe what doubles pairings don't work, maybe new combinations we need to try, kind of things like that. So.
All right, Coach, you had your guys' first home invitational, first time in the Chase Center. You struggled a little bit. You were 1-2, but you had a really good win against Holy Cross to wrap up the tournament. What do you guys take away from that?
Well, we did, and Holy Cross and us have a really good rivalry, so I'm glad we took the win in 3. We've had some 5-game matches with them in the past 2 years that haven't gone our way. We did beat them last year in the tournament as well, so we're happy about that. Also, we came out really strong against UMES, but I think we are a very young team, and I think they're a little too excited about playing at home for the first time, and I think we got a little out of system and a little nervous, a little edgy, and didn't play in control like we usually do.